Hello, Pokemon fans, and this is Ultra Skitty. This is a video about Pokemon, of course, and let's see. I am likely going to talk about Pokemon. Pokemon comes back from 1995, and they are making new Pokemon games. They made Yellow, and the color was yellow pretty much, and you could get Missing No, which is a computer program, and its number is 00, something like that, and it is kinda like a Pokemon and evolved into Kangaskhan, since Kangaskhan and some other and Cubone were gonna be related, but they decided not to, and you can get that in Pokemon Yellow, and also Red, Green, and Blue, which I'm going to talk about now. Pokemon Red, later, well actually Pokemon Yellow, Red, Green, and Blue were made for Game Boys, like Game Boy Color. And Pokemon Red, it was a little different because, you know, it's like Charmander. And I forgot to say, for Pokemon Yellow, your rival takes the Eevee, so you're just left with the Pikachu you ran into. And so that's all about. So Pokemon Red, it's just really not so much different because it has Charmander, well Charizard, because it's based on Charizard, and Pokemon Blue is based on Blastoise, and Pokemon Green is based on Venusaur. Those are the final evolutions of the starter Pokemon. Starter Pokemon in those games are Charmander, Bulbasaur, and Squirtle. For Game Boy Advance, they only made the copy of 2 of them, Fire Red and Leaf Green. They did not make a blue one. They did not remake the blue version for the Game Boy Advance. And if you ever have played it, those are not the best screens, because the squares are smaller that make up the screens, so you cannot make a good looking circle. And so that was the first generation, and that's Kanto region. The second generation is in the Johto region, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the Johto region, which is Heart of Gold, which was also made for the Game Boys Color and Game Boy Color, yeah, and Silver. That's Generation 2. Those Pokemon games, the difference between them, Gold has Arcanine / Growlithe, and Silver has Vulpix / Ninetales. And the starter Pokemon are Cyndaquil, Chikorita, and Totodile. Their last evolution is Typhlosion, Magnesium, and Feraligatr. And then they actually made a remake version with that has, well, all 3 of them. It's called Crystal version, and it's a little bit different with the 3 legendary dogs. Suicune, you gotta make them a little easier. But I'm gonna say now, the main legends in the second generation is the 3 legendary dog Pokemon: Raikou, Suicune, and Entei. And for the first generation, it was Moltres, Articuno, and Zapdos. The third generation, Hoenn. Really nice game, Game Boy Advance game. Well, and I forgot to say, for the second generation, they made Heart of Gold and Soul Silver for DS. Now, in the Hoenn region, the starter Pokemon are Mudkip, Treecko, and Torchic. Treecko's kind of special because its evolution got a little role in a mystery dungeon game. A Time, Darkness, and Sky, really important character, so kind of nice if you get that, even though it's really weak. Well, not as strong as its other starters. And in the Hoenn region, I have not played that game, but I really want it bad. There's Emerald, Pearl, Diamond. No wait, Emerald. No, sorry, I get mixed up. Ruby and something else. Emerald, Ruby, and something. I forgot. Anyway, those are, I haven't played that game, so it's kind of hard to tell what the legends are. So that is 3rd generation, 4th generation, Scion region. Main legends are Mesprit, Uxie, and, I forgot the last one. But, sorry, still sick. But the last one, I forgot its name. And Dialga and Palkia. But in Platinum, you also get Garantina in the World of Terror, Confusion, and you get lost. And you really want to turn off your game and you throw your DS out the window when it's raining. Some people might have done that, but I haven't. Anyway, as I was saying, that is that generation, and those are the main legends. And then generations keep on going. 5th generation, Black and White. Haven't played it because that was not what I was thinking it was going to be. Because I didn't want it, and I don't know the legends, but I know the starter Pokemon are Tepig, Snivy, and Oshawott. And then there's Black and White too. Tepig, Snivy, and Oshawott. Generation 5. And then here comes a new game. Generation 6, Pokemon X and Y. I super want that game, except that's only for 3DS. They're moving on to a new generation, and that's the 3DS. And they're making a new Mystery Dungeon. Now I'm going to talk about Mystery Dungeons. Mystery Dungeon, a game with mystery. The dungeons always change every time. The layout on the floor is always different. At least what people think. Might come back to the same, might not. Ever, ever, ever. So, I don't know all of them, but I know they're making one for the 3DS based on Black and White too. So here's the first one. I'm pretty sure it was the first one made. Pokemon Red and Blue for the Game Boy Advanced. I have Pokemon Red and it's not working very well. And I'm just saying for this is not easy because this game is really long. And I have Blue for the DS. This game is very long, very hard. You can have Bulbasaur, Charizard, Squirtle, Torchic, Mudkip, Treecko, Cyndaquil, Totodile, Chikorita, Skitty, Eevee, Meowth, pretty sure Machop, Cubone, Pikachu. Yeah, those are the ones I remember for Red and Blue. That's for Red and Blue. And of course, my favorite is Ultra Skitty, and that's how Skitty became my favorite Pokemon. Because Skitty's pretty powerful with Double Slap and Attract. And Time and Darkness. Wow, Attract is not very useful against Legends. I have Pokemon Darkness, and it's pretty dramatic. Like I said a little earlier, Grovyle is in Dusknoir. Wow, it's dramatic. And the first of those two were Time and Darkness, and then later they made Sky, and you could be Munchlax, Meowth, Machop, Skitty, no Eevee, and then Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle, and then Chikorita, Totodile, Cyndaquil, and then you know the rest. And that game is about you, and you lost your memory, you turned into a Pokemon from a human, and then you lost, and then it's so dramatic, you won't believe it. You have to get that game. If you don't have it, it's like the best Pokemon game in my opinion. And now they're making a new one. I think it's like Gates to something, and it's based on Black and White 2. It's pretty cool. I want to get it pretty bad. It's coming out in March something. Japan already has it, but it's pretty cool. And for Pokemon X and Y, it's going to be released October worldwide. Japan doesn't have it first. We're going to all have it. Isn't that so amazing? Well, that's all I have to talk about now. Bye, Ultra Skitty fans.